Hello, you've reached Tim McMurtrie, Trip Squad Productions, Cataclysm Records, Trip Squad Records, Full Scale Rock.
Hello.
Hey.
M.O.D.
What's going on, Zach?
Dude, man, what the fuck is going on, man? You're live right now on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation Radio, man.
What's going on, too, Zach? Chilling, bro. It's Friday nights. It's everybody's having Christmas parties, getting turned up on the East Coast. What are you doing?
Man, I'm fucking enjoying it, dude. It's the first time I've had any time off in like 2 fucking months, dude. I'm fucking ready, dude.
Jeez, you sound like us. No, we just got back off the road. We just got off the road it was only about like 10 shows, but we just got back too, so it's nice. We've been home for almost a week now, guys, M.O.D. Classic, and now, we're talking to you. At least I am. How you doing, bro? What's good?
Man, I'm doing great, dude, and I gotta tell you, man, Thrash King is fucking bad fucking ass, dude. I love it, dude. It fucking sounds fucking awesome. It's slamming. The fucking riffs are there, dude. Everything is... It's classic fucking M.O.D, dude. Tell us, man, how did this happen?
I mean, that's exactly what we want to hear, obviously, and, exactly what it is. I mean, you're talking about, going back to the roots of the music and the songwriting, which, a lot of the music, almost half of that music off that first record was written by Angry Corpses, which is a band that was formed before we met Billy Milano. And the rhythm section that you're hearing in M.O.D. Classic is the original rhythm section off USA for M.O.D. So you're hearing the guitars from me, Tim McMurtrie, and Ken Ballone. And Keith Davis was the original drummer. And Keith has got our full support with M.O.D. Classic as well. He just could not be part of it. And so, we got Felix from D.R.I on the drums. So there you go, man. You're hearing the true thrash essence, man, of that whole, time.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what you said. So, man, that's what we want. So it's great to hear that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking thrash history right there, fucking coming together in this, man. For sure, like you mentioned D.R.I. and...
I mean, Felix is amazing. Like, we met him. I actually met him on the first tour off USA for M.O.D's tour in '88. It was the Hate Tank tour, and I met Felix on the road, and we just hit it off instantly, just as like homies. We just like met on the road, and we were both thrashers, and we were like, just into. It was real. We had the flipped up hats. Before the flipped up hats, before they wrote and put print on the flipped up hats, we were putting markers on the flipped up hats, writing shit on the insides of them. We were part of that shit. It's real. And anything you're going to hear is real. It's coming out of our mouth about what we do and what this is all about. And meeting Felix on that trip, it's just crazy. Who would have thought that all these years later we'd be hitting him up? I ran into him in Brooklyn, and I just happened to see him with his band Bat, and I'm like, yo, man, would you be interested in doing a 30-year reunion with M.O.D? And it was when we were still cool. We're trying to do the idea of having it really official with Billy and all of us part of it. And Felix was like, hell yeah, I'd fucking do that in a second. And that's when, we tried to make it all happen. It didn't happen. And then we just decided, you know what, let's just fucking do this without him, and let's just do it. And we just decided, fuck it, let's do it. And we started getting shit together, and it started in August. We did a little weekend excursion, and couldn't be possible without our singer Donny. I mean, we got to give it up to Donny. We actually it took us a minute to figure like who we're going to get for this thing and what we're going to do, and Donny was the perfect guy for the job. If you don't know who Donny Polinske is, he was in Primer 55 and a band called Soar. He's a Midwest guy. He's also big into the heavy hardcore hip hop scene. He has his own record label, Force 5 Records, and Donny has Danny Diablo on his label. Like he works with the guys from Cottonmouth Kings, and he's just been doing it, man. Like he's a scenester. He's just like us. He grinds hard. He's real. No bullshit. You know, just straight up real. And that's what it's all about, man. We're giving you the true thrash essence, like we said we were going to do it. And meeting Donny and hooking up with him, his fucking shredding voice just was like, we were like, yo, this kid's fucking straight. Like, my fucking ears are going to fall off listening to this kid talk. So we were like, this is it. And we're thrilled about it, man. We just want everybody to just know that we exist. So the whole thing is we're battling, you know, a higher power, a bigger thing, and it's not easy. We're the little guys, you know what I mean? But like, people are going to hear about it, and that's what we're doing. That's why we're talking to you, Zach. You got to spread the word. Fuck
yeah, man. And, you know, another thing, the new single I see is mixed and mastered by Stress the White Boy, also known for work with Agnostic Front and Madball.
I mean, yeah, Pitchfork on a whole, you know, and Stress is just, we're friends, you know what I mean? Like, you're talking to guys that basically started playing thrash and punk and hardcore, like in our 15, 16, we were into it, and all of a sudden we started playing, and before you know it, we're touring 18 years old. I mean, we were touring with, imagine playing your first show at Megadeth when you're not even 18 years old, and it's your first fucking show, and it's in New York, and you're opening for them, and you never even played a fucking backyard barbecue, and it's your first fucking show. And then all of a sudden, a year later, you're signed with, you know, Megaforce Records and Johnny Z, which is like, you know, the man, Johnny Z. Signed with Johnny Z, and all of a sudden you're going on tour with Exodus, your first tour ever, and you're 18 years old. It was a big thing. It's a big thing to us. And the funny thing is, there's certain people out there that like to try to make all that disappear like it never happened. And that's the thing, you know. Like we're saying, you know what? We just want to closure on a 30-year thing. We didn't get it, so we said, fuck that. We're going to go and do it. We're 50-year-old grown men now, and we're like, fight the power. Go fuck off. We're going to go and do it ourselves. And we hope that everybody gets to hear it and hear the real shit instead of this fucking plastic, fucking put together, fucking prefabricated bullshit that, you know, it seems like to me that a lot of you know, there's just people that get the shots, and then there's the people that they try to block. You know, we're the ones that they try to block. So we're gonna break out and tell everybody what's up, and we're gonna do our thing. We don't give a fuck because we got our families and we got our lives and we got our own things going on in our lives like everybody else. You know, we're real, and we're just gonna bring it real, and that's what it's all about. And Merry Christmas to everybody out there. What's up?
Hell yeah, man. That's cool, dude. And you know what? I can't help but notice, but I mean, like, this year also fucking, you know, we also had Sacred Right come back, and Exorder fucking come back.
Thrash is coming back so big, bro.
Dude.
It's great, man. I mean, that's another reason why we were like, fuck this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, 87, 2017... you know, we couldn't do it, and we're like, you know what? Fucking Thrash is coming back major, man. You know what? How many years you got left, guys our age, doing this shit and playing this shit? Like, we got to try to get out there and do it. So that's why we're here. But it's great. It's great that it's going. It's alive and kicking. So it's awesome.
Well, I got to ask you, man, when's the fucking full length coming out, dude? Because we got to hear more, dude.
You know, and that's the thing. Like, it's in the works. I mean, you know, we just got back from our second little excursion, and it was with Scarhead, New York hardcore legends, Danny Diablo and Scarhead. It was a fucking great pleasure to be, you know, to have them come out and support us, and you know, do that little run that we did, and you know, and now we're just writing. We're home, and now it's just like, let's just like keep writing. The Thrash King was the first release, and I do have other songs, and you know, I've been talking with the guys about some other ideas. But the Thrash King was honestly, it was just a way to go, because we wrote Thrash or Be Thrash. Like the words Thrash or Be Thrash, that whole thing was us. Like that was like what we started. and thrash because like to us it was like, you know what, we're coming back out, let's do the Thrash King and talk about that kid that's always at the shows gathering everybody to come out support, the kid that's got the flipped up hat, that's the hardcore kid that all the chicks want to get with, all the fucking skaters, everybody looks up to him. He's that kid that, like, you know, but he's that good kid, you know what I mean? So like that's what we said. We said we wanted to bring something solid and true and bring back the roots of it all, because that's how we felt as kids. And most of the kids that I know and the scene back then, that's how everybody felt. They felt like they would, you know, get out to those shows, and you know, that's what made the scene. That's what made it happen. It happened with kids like that, and that's what we chose. And so the image that you guys put up on the website, that was drawn by my good friend Dave from Lethal Aggression, which is a huge thrash band from New Jersey, and Dave Gutierrez, and you know, he drew that up with my ideas and his ideas together, and basically that's exactly what we wanted. We wanted a new mascot. Obviously, there's two M.O.Ds, like you said, so that's our mascot. That's that kid with that flipped up hat that's just going off and skating and having fun, slamming at the shows. Man. And that's what we're doing.
Speaking of the flipped up hat, dude, I noticed just recently fucking Hank 3 posted a picture, I think it was on his website, of him wearing a fucking flipped up hat with suicidal written on it. And
well, you know,
I was like, dude, even Hank's fucking feeling the fucking thrash, man.
You know what? It's obviously it's come back full circle, man. I mean, and it's just I think it's gonna keep going now. I think it's just gonna like the floodgates are opened. It's great. It's just great to see it. We're just happy to be able to play it, and you know, like you said, we're writing new music right now. We want to do a full length for sure. You know, like I said, like the word is just getting out with us. So, you know, it's at the very beginning, but we have pretty much an EP ready. If a label starts coming around, and, you know, we're already like talking and looking around and speaking to some people, but once that presents itself, whatever the concept what they want to do with us and get it going, for sure we're down. I mean, the guys are excited. You know, we just love what we do, and that's really what it's all about. We could care about anything else. You know, the game's changed, the money's changed. We all know that. It's not the same. It's if you're into this, you just gotta want to do it and be into it and be part of it. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about at this point. At this point, it's all about. We just want to get some great new music into everybody's hands and show everybody what the classic, you know, sound of that style back in those days in M.O.D. This is what we are, and this is what we're going to give to everybody. So that's it.
Oh yeah, man. I got some questions for you from the chat. Vicky Grandy wants to know, have you ever played Canada, or are you planning to?
You know, we did play Canada on the first U.S. tour in '88. So we were up there. We had, I think, at least like 3 or 4 shows on that tour. There are, you know, to confirm that there are shirts that are online still with the Hate Tank tour. I see them sometimes. You could Google them, you could see. But I know there was at least 3 or 4 shows. But, man, we want to get back. With this lineup, we already tried to get up there. And the problem is, you know, we just got some paperwork we got to put in. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
So those Canadians are a little rough at the border. Let's put it that way. love you all, but man, they're hard. I mean, if our borders were like that, forget it. There'd be nobody in here.
Another question: what's some of your most memorable shows that you've played?
Oh man, there's so many, but the first show, the Ritz, was incredible because it was. There's just stories that you wouldn't believe, and the show's amazing. And, you know, like, the other M.O.D., you know, brag that they got it free up on their website you listen to. You could listen to that all day. It's all good. But the master version that I made of it, I mixed it. I wanted to put it out, and so did Kenny, as a special thing. and package it nice so people could, you know, have it, because it's the first show ever. We actually had a second guitar player, which a lot of people don't know. Originally, M.O.D had a second guitar player, and he was my best friend. And I actually, he's the guy who got me into playing guitar. So, and he got cut from the band ultimately after we did the demo after that show. And it's just a really, you know, that show is really amazing. And if you listen to on the other band's website and all, it's just that, you know, it doesn't sound good. And I went in and I redid it, and, you know, would love to package it and make it special. That's what we wanted to do. But they'll say, oh, well, you just want a money grab, blah, blah, blah. It's such a fucking load of bullshit with that whole thing. But we just wanted to do something nice with it, because to us it was that special. That's one of the shows.
Nah, man.
Because, come on, your first show ever, and you're opening for Megadeth, I mean, that's a big deal. It might not be for you know, the other guy, but it was for us. And, you know, of course there were so many. I mean, with Exodus, there was the time, and fans send us stuff all the time. I mean, this is 30 years. This isn't fucking 2 weeks or 2 months. You know what I mean? That's the thing. They like you to think that this was nothing. But we remember, and the fans remember, and the thing is, you know, when you do a classic record like that first USA for M.O.D Records, you're the roots of the tree. I mean, you formed it. You know, you started it. No matter what, you know, it was the beginning. And another show was in there was Warfield Theater. Was an amazing show in San Francisco. Harpo's in Detroit, another one. I mean, and there's so many stories attached to it. You could go on and on forever about it. But that tour in general was incredible. The first tour with Exodus, and just knowing those guys in Exodus and getting to be with them and tour with them was for a kid that's 18 looking up to those guys too, was pretty awesome. You know, just meeting people along the way. You'll never forget stuff like that. Tour where you're backstage and, you know, you're in LA and you got, like, you know, Kerry King and Jeff Hanneman and, you know, guys from Slayer, guys from Metallica backstage, and you're playing and you're drinking your beer and you're, like, pissed off, like, yeah, that's ours. But it is what it is. You know, just amazing memories that you'll never forget. I did lose a lot of great memorabilia that I had in a flood. There was a Hurricane Andrew years and years back, but it destroyed all the stuff I had saved. I had, like, so many great things, but that's what happens. That's you can't stop the earth from churning. But all in all, yeah, it's been a great ride, and it's just awesome to come back with the guys now and bring the young guy Donny into the mix. And Donny's just a great kid. He's going to start talking on some interviews, and people are going to love the kid. He's awesome.
Hell yeah, man. Another question, where have you not played at, and where would you like to, and with who? If you play with anybody.
You know, there's so many great bands. I'd have to say, you know, you named a couple before. I mean, any of the thrash bands, of course, like D.R.I, Corrosion of Conformity, that would be like a dream. I mean, we wore their fucking shirts. Like, we were huge fans of theirs. Look at the first USA for M.O.D album on the back. I think Kenny has a Corrosion shirt on. I got a D.R.I shirt on. I mean, we were big fans of those guys, you know. There's a lot of bands that aren't around anymore that we love too, that would be great to play with, but that's not going to happen. But like Sacred Reich or any of the thrash bands that were around during our time, obviously, it would be a thrill to be able to do something with them. And, you know, the guys would love it. You know, obviously, you know, me and Kenny were at shows. Like, that's the thing. You know, back before we got our break with M.O.D, or whatever you want to call that, whatever, you know, we were at shows. we're at fucking hardcore shows. We're slamming. We're going to shows together, slamming, wrapping our fucking flannels around our waist, jumping on stage, diving, and slamming at shows. And you know, even after that, people would see us. Even after we got, you know, the record deal, whatever you want, we were still at shows. People would see us at shows, slamming at shows, going to shows. You know, that's what we were. That's the definition of who we were and what we were and who we are today. I mean, we still go to shows. We still do the same thing. Kenny's in radio too, which is crazy. He's in Reno, Nevada. He goes to shows out there all the time. I'm always out here on the East Coast, Jersey, New York. You know, I have another band called Full Scale Riot that I play with. So we're heavily involved in the New York hardcore scene, New Jersey scene, hardcore, thrash, everything. You know, and it's got to be in your blood. We don't take 10 years off. We've been doing it the whole time. I mean, Kenny's been in music this whole time too, and for me, I haven't stopped. I've been doing music forever. So it's just what you love. If it's what you know, what you love, you just do it. But yeah, there's so many bands we love to play with. Who would you guys? Who would you think we would match with besides like D.R.I, Corrosion? Man, yeah, I think that's a great match.
I was just thinking, you know, there really needs to be like a thrash fest, you know, like.
Oh, totally.
You know, Maryland has the Maryland Death Fest, and they got the Doom Fest. But like now with thrash bands, so many classic bands coming back, and then you got new bands coming out. It's a big thing. Like, I think there's definitely an audience for a fucking festival, just nothing but thrash.
I think you're absolutely right. You know? I mean, that's great. That's a great idea. That would be awesome. Metal Devastation Radio presents Thrash Fest #1. Consider us on it. We're there.
Hey, I'd be in the front fucking row, banging my fucking head on the stage, man.
You know. I mean, I love the idea, and you know, like being from Jersey, like I see the thrash scene from here is like growing insanely. I mean, last night there was a bunch of my friends at a radio station out here that were all partying the holidays here, and it's like you just see all the thrashers around. I mean, it's coming back in full force, like you said. It's great. I mean, you know, and it's just great. It's a great time for music, and everybody is, you know, just getting back together and doing this stuff. It's to me, it's awesome, and I'm thrilled to be here.
Hell yeah. Another question from the chat. Vicky also wants to know, how many instruments do you play?
I mean, I personally, I actually produce music too, so like I could play pretty much. I cannot play drums that well. I'll just tell you that. I could definitely get behind a kit and keep a beat, but it's not my thing. I could program drum machines really good. I could play guitar, bass, keyboards. I do not read music, so it's all by ear, and I'm more of a creative spirit. So like I'll wind up, you know, if I'm in the studio, I could just come up with stuff like right off my head. If I'm creating music, I can just basically come up with stuff off the keyboard or bass or whatever, and just pop it right down and track it. You know, so I love music. I mean, music. There's many hats I wear in the music world, and it's what I love, and it's, you know, something that I would never want to stop or will never stop until the day I drop.
Hell yeah, man. One of our listeners, Bad Wizard, he wants me to tell you that USA for M.O.D. got him through some crazy teenage times, and that was basically his soundtrack, and it was very influential to him.
You know, and Zach, we hear it all the time, and it's you know, we tell him we appreciate that he's listening. Thank you very much, because it's crazy. We on these little excursions, like I said, we only did 4 shows on the West Coast. Then in August, then we just got back this past Sunday from a little trip from Milwaukee, Detroit, Chicago, Pittsburgh, you know, Massachusetts, Jersey, New York, Brooklyn. You know, we just did a little trip, like 9 shows or 8 shows, whatever, with Scarhead, and listen, all over the board. We have grown guys, guys like me, my age, 50s and 50s or whatever, mid 40s, coming up to us with, just stories. First of all, it's either stories, hugs, handshakes, love, like you wouldn't believe, magazines. Like, I just got a sticker that's like 30-something years old, and I'm like, holy fuck. I'm just like, they give me all this cool shit. And it's an honor, man. And just to hear it's just really cool. Because we were just kids, just like them at the same time. So we were writing our own, little stories or our own feelings. And, we were all growing up in a time where, it was so different from our time now, which we all know. And, you could get away with a lot more, obviously, back in those days. But at the same time, it was an amazing time, and people just always gravitated around. The people that were into the scene and into this stuff gravitated around it like you wouldn't believe. And thrash was a combination of hardcore metal and punk. And so we basically brought, instead of those scenes being all separated and having their own thing and keeping it small, we brought it all together. And even though it became sometimes violent at shows and whatever, because all the different attitudes there and different people, we brought that all together. It was us and bands like us, bands like Corrosion, bands like Ludacris, bands like Crumbsuckers, bands like Leeway, that all brought the crossover thrash together. D.R.I, everybody, and it brought all those different people together. It became a bigger scene, a bigger movement. It actually, changed the game. So, and I'm proud to wear that notch on my belt. I'm good with that. And I'm even better with finally be able to say that I'm good with that, because that's the thing. Like M.O.D. Classic, they're trying to like hush that we ever existed. These guys, us guys in M.O.D. And we're the kids. We're the true spirit. We're the real kids, the 17-year-old kids that were fucking there, that did it. We wrote this shit. You fucking came to us. And then it became fucking popular. We fucking were there. We were in the fucking high schools. We were fucking in the high schools beating up the fucking jocks that fucking fucked with the fucking little nerdy kids and shit. Fuck off.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Eat a bag of dicks, straight up. Anybody who's got something to say. And Zach, we appreciate that with you, because you get it, bro. I can tell. Before I listened to your show for 2 hours, drinking some nice Yingling Black and Tans.
Oh yeah.
And I was hitting my son up, and I got my dog on my bed, and I'm going, you hear this shit? This is heavy. He's like, Dad, I'm out to dinner, but I could see, because he checked in and he heard it. But I'm like, you know what? It's just awesome, man, because I could already tell you was that guy to talk to. So I appreciate you like you don't know. You're the real deal.
Fuck yeah, man. I appreciate that, dude.
No doubt, man.
Another question from the chat. Paula Campbell wants to know, what's your favorite thing to drink?
Oh, boy. I mean, I'm pretty cool with liquor. I like a lot of different things, I gotta say. Depends on the mood. I mean, it just depends. If you're with the boys, for sure, it's brews and shots of Jameson. I mean, usually I do like PBRs. The hardcore scene, a lot of us drink PBRs. I don't know why. It's not the only beers that we drink, but PBRs at shows are pretty popular. Jameson. I do like really good tequila. I like really good wine. If I'm with the wife, out to eat with her, forget it. Gotta have some good wine. And it just depends. It just depends. Like, my wife's Colombian, so if you've never heard of aguardiente, she drinks that shit. It's like fucking white fucking lightning. I mean, like, you're moonshine. You're Zach Moonshine. You know what fucking...
Yeah.
It's almost the same shit. You know what I mean? So if you got a name Moonshine, you got to know what that is. That's like the Colombian firewater. But like, you know, definitely no matter what, like, it just depends on the mood. But yeah, I don't discriminate when it comes to the drinks. It depends what the flavor the moment needs, you know?
Yeah, those black and tans are pretty fucking good too, man.
You know what? These Yingling black and tans, I took a picture of it and sent it on Facebook because before the interview, because I'm listening to you, I had 3 left over from the tour. So Kenny and Donny, I tagged them in the picture. And I'm like, look, the reserves are getting drank finally. But, yeah, because we just got back from the tour. We had a few beers left over, and these guys stayed at my house when we were out here on the East Coast. So it was pretty funny. But, yeah, they're very, very good. They're actually really good. So I will purchase them now that they were given to us for free somewhere, and we brought them home. But I will purchase them now. They're really good.
Hey, free beer is the best beer, dude.
I mean, come on. Right there. There's the answer to, who was that was asking? Vicky?
Yeah. No,
Vicky,
Paula.
free beer
Paula
is the best beer. Vicky, know that for sure.
Another question from the chat. Vicky wants to know, do you prefer bubble baths or showers?
Oh, shit. Bubble baths or showers. Well, where's this coming from, Vicky?
I don't know.
Vicky's getting a little kinky over there. Let's flip it around. What do you prefer, Vicky?
I think she likes she's always talking about bubble baths, so I'm assuming it's bubble baths with her.
Well, I thought she was talking about bubble butts because, you know, that's one of the songs, obviously. Bubble butt. Remember that one?
Fuck yeah, man.
But, I'll stick with the showers. Unless it's a hot tub or whatever, stick with the shower.
So what's coming up next for fucking M.O.D. Classic, man? You guys, you said you got an EP coming out?
Well, no, we're actually working on the music for it, so I should be sending all the music out to the guys. What's crazy is the song you guys heard, the first song, just imagine, right? So we live like pretty much, I'm east, so I'm the, if you're spread out like, well, let's not say it in a bad way, but just say like, you know how Christ is spread out on the cross? So I'm the East Coast, Kenny's the West Coast, so Kenny's the right hand, I'm the left hand, Donny's the head, and Felix is the feet. That's where we live. I mean, so just imagine how it's real easy for us to get together and record. So what we have to do is basically, you know, I'm in Jersey, Kenny's in Reno, Nevada, Donny's in Milwaukee, Felix is down in Texas. So what I did was for this last song, the Thrash King, I basically pretty much did like a dummy track with all the instruments and flew it out to everybody, and then they tracked it in their own studios in their areas and sent it back, and then we had it mixed by Stress the Whiteboard. So that's the way we did it, and that's what we're planning to do. We're planning to, you know, I'm going to try to do the same thing and get it out to everybody by like probably like the middle of February, something like that. And that's it. Unless you know, something gets sped up into motion, you never know. So there's, like I said, you know, things might move faster than what we actually think. So it just depends. And you know, right now we're in holiday mode. So like most people, I hear people partying right down below my apartment right now. So
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's happy holidays to everybody for sure. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Don't be offended.
Well, we will definitely be on the lookout for any new music that you guys put out, man. Fucking.
Oh yeah, no. As soon as you know, right now, you know what's great is, you know, we got hooked up with you through Shauna, and you know, right now that's the next step. I think we're gonna do like a lyric video for the Thrash King. So in the meantime, we'll probably put that out, and then just keep it momentum with that, and then, you know, as we're writing, getting that the EP done or the record. I don't really know. I mean, like right now we're like I said, we'll see if it's going to be like, do you want to do a 4-song EP or let's do the whole record? So either way, we've got so many ideas and so many things that are already written and ready to go. So it's just a matter of, we're just right after holiday. We're in holiday mode, like I said again. Right after that, we'll figure it out. What's good is it's been 30 fucking years. You heard the first song in 30 years. So now, come on, you waited that long. You don't have to wait too much longer. So, but, it's great, man. The guys we got together, it's just so much fun. Working with Kenny, my original guys together, me and him, and then having Felix and Donny is just, it's great. We're excited. We're so excited about this song because the whole tour, people knew the song, so when we did it as the last song of the set, as like a bonus track, and everybody was like, okay, like ready, and it was really cool. The excitement around it has been great. So we really appreciate that you put it out on the radio station and got people around the song. Appreciate you very much, Zach. Thank you.
Oh yeah, dude, no problem, man. Well, I'm about out of questions for you. Is there anything else you want to add to let the people know?
No, I mean, just go to the website for all that's M.O.D. Classic. Everybody out there, please go to www.thrashking.com for everything that's M.O.D. Classic. And I know Donny's working on the merch part of the website because we had a lot of really awesome merch on the road. So I know he wants to get that going, and so people can check that out. So just, keep looking at it and looking for updates and news and information. And then on Facebook, it's M.O.D. Classic Lineup on Facebook, and the same thing on Instagram. It's M.O.D. Classic Lineup. And, just keep staying in touch with us and let us know how you feel about everything, and, comment and talk to us and keep us motivated. That's all it is. And Merry Christmas to everybody. And again, thank you so much for having us on and, giving us the platform to finally let people know that we exist and we're coming for you. We're coming for you, baby.
Well, before I let you go, I got to get you to make us a station tag, all right?
Sure, no doubt, no doubt.
Whenever you're ready, say something like, this is M.O.D. Classic, and you were listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tim McMurtrie. You're listening to Metal Devastation. Let me do this one more time. Sorry. What's going on, everybody? This is Tim McMurtrie from M.O.D. Classic, and you're listening to Zach Moonshine and Metal Devastation Radio.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Word up, bro. Thank you so much. Again, let's do that Thrash Festival. I know Donny's definitely got a boner for that.
Yeah,
Donny's all about the festivals. Yeah, let's do it, man. No doubt. Thank you very much, everybody. Peace. Merry Christmas.
Hey, you too, brother. Cheers. There you have it, motherfuckers. M.O.D. Classic on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation motherfucking radio. Like I said earlier, put your speakers in your fucking windows, put them in your front lawns, put them in your fucking neighbor's driveway. I don't give a fuck where you put them. Put them somewhere where motherfuckers are going to hear this shit and crank it the fuck up loud. If you don't fucking see U-Haul trucks everywhere tomorrow, I mean everywhere, all up and down your street, motherfucker, you need a new stereo system, or you need a new set of fucking balls, or you need a new set of tits. I don't know what the fuck, dude. Just crank it the fuck up, man. Here's fucking, I'm gonna play this song again because it's so fucking badass, dude. Why the fuck not? Thrash King. Crank it the fuck up, motherfuckers.